Yo, what's up everyone? Kamusta sa inyong lahat mga kaibigan at mga kapitbahay? Welcome back to the channel with a new video. Question: have you ever met someone who seems a little off, like they might either bake you cookies or set them on fire just to watch the flames? Well, that's Camellya for ya, and in Wuthering Waves 1.4, we got to dive deep into her chaotic yet surprisingly tender world. But here's the kicker. The developers didn't try to tug at your heartstrings with cheap tricks. Instead, they crafted a story that feels real, raw, and, well, totally Camellya. This isn't your typical story. It doesn't scream tragedy, romance, or even the classic let's pull some heart tears from the players. No, this is something far better. This is a story that respects its audience, its characters, and most importantly, the very heart of Wuthering Waves. Today, we'll review Camellya's 1.4 companion story quest and dive deep into how the developers nailed the balance. Spoiler alert, there's no tragic sob story with a rushed romance here. Instead, Camellya takes us on a whirlwind journey that's unique, heartfelt, and dare I say, refreshingly human. Before Camellya's arrival, Wuthering Waves built anticipation masterfully, revealing only snippets of dialogue, haunting visuals, and cryptic hints. These breadcrumbs sparked endless theories. Was she a villain, an anti-hero, or a love-struck wildcard hiding deeper truths? The community buzzed, and every detail amplified the hype. What sets this reveal apart was its restraint. Instead of spoiling her character with flashy promos, the devs chose to tease, sparking curiosity without overexposure. It was like a masquerade ball where the mystery was as captivating as the glimpses behind the mask. When her quest finally dropped, it satisfied some questions but left others tantalizingly unanswered. This slow, deliberate storytelling ensured her introduction wasn't just an event, but an invitation to explore a world full of layered intrigue. Now, let's talk about Camellya herself. First impressions? Oh, she's definitely unhinged. Her dialogue is sharp, her actions erratic, and her gaze, a mix of danger and allure. You're left wondering, should I be charmed or terrified? But as the story unfolds, layers peel back. Beneath the chaos, there's a vulnerable soul, a woman whose erratic behavior masks her genuine longing to connect. Her interactions with the rover aren't just about obsession, they're tinged with a kind of childlike hope. Think about it. How often do we meet a character like this in games who don't fall into easy stereotypes? Camellya isn't a villain or a hero, she's a lunatic fringe with a heart of gold. And honestly, that duality makes her unforgettable. So let's address the Yandere trope because it's bound to come up. For those who don't know, a Yandere is a person who starts sweet and loving but quickly spirals into possessiveness, obsessive behavior, and often violent behavior in the name of love. Think of it as an anime character who says "I love you" while holding a knife. The devs could have taken the easy road, turning Camellya into a flat Yandere character. She's crazy, she's in love, boom, fan service. But they didn't. Instead, they respected her complexity. She doesn't want the rover to love her just because. She doesn't go full "if I can't have you, no one will." Instead, she hesitates, struggles, and questions herself. This restraint from the writers is refreshing. They crafted a story where her longing feels real, not forced. It's about connection, not obsession. For that, we applaud them. And let's face it, this is not a data dump. The story for Camellya is actually a build-up. Camellya's development is a masterclass in pacing, evolving her from a chaotic enigma to a deeply relatable character. She begins her story quest as a whirlwind, volatile, sharp, and unpredictable, yet as the layers peel back, her softer, vulnerable side emerges, revealing someone yearning for connection beneath the chaos. Kuru Games skillfully crafted this transition, Her interactions with the rover, initially tense and erratic, gradually reveal sincerity, exposing her bravado as a mask for deep insecurities. This contrast gives her depth, making her chaos feel purposeful rather than random. As the quest progresses, glimpses of Camellya's desire to belong shine through her erratic behavior, showing it as a defense mechanism against rejection, against her flaws. The story breathes, letting her vulnerabilities unfold naturally through moments of hesitation and quiet sincerity. By the end, Camellya feels fully realized, a complex character balancing chaos and tenderness. The unanswered question about her future and whether she'll reconcile her wild heart with her longing for connection makes her arc dynamic and alive, promising even more to come. Camellya's companion quest stands out because of its restraint and authenticity. It doesn't rely on dramatic cliches or over-the-top emotional appeals. Instead, the developers let her character unfold naturally through her actions, words, and the subtle nuances of her personality. This approach feels refreshingly genuine, making her story resonate on a deeper level. What really makes her journey compelling are the little moments, the ones that show her fumbling attempt to connect with others, her awkward jokes, slightly too intense gestures, and endearing imperfections feel so real. They're not grand declarations but quiet glimpses into a character who's struggling to let her guard down, making her all the more relatable. Then there are her rare, fleeting moments of vulnerability. These aren't designed to shock or draw dramatic reactions. Instead, they're subtle, hesitant words, lingering glances, or a softer tone when speaking about her hopes. These moments contrast beautifully with her chaotic energy, revealing a fragile side that makes her feel human and alive. Finally, her loyalty to the rover sets her apart. It's not transactional or self-serving, it's simply who she is. In a world where trust is rare, her unwavering commitment stands out, transforming her from a potential stereotype into someone you genuinely respect and root for. By the end of the quest, you don't just understand Camellya, you care about her. Her journey feels earned with every awkward moment, acts of loyalty, and the burst of vulnerability, building towards a character that's as imperfect as she is unforgettable. And that's the brilliance of her story. It's not about perfection, but about being perfectly real. And so as Camellya fades back into the shadows, leaving behind only the faint scent or aroma of blooming chaos, we're left with a story that's both thrilling and heartfelt. It's not about tugging at heartstrings, it's about weaving a tale that respects its character and its player base. Camellya's companion quest is a reminder that sometimes the best stories are the ones that don't try too hard. They let the character shine, flaws and all. And honestly, I can't wait to see where her journey takes her next. And for that, I must congratulate Kuro Games and the entire Wuthering Waves team for developing a compelling story that isn't forced but rather allowed Camellya to win us over organically. So, what do you think? Did Camellya's story strike the right balance for you too? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you for joining me on this journey through the world of Wuthering Waves. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Slam that notification bell so you won't miss out on future contents from this channel. Until next time, keep exploring. Maraming salamat po, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!